And how old is this?
This is about 4,500 years old.
4,500 years old. How many hundred years old?
This is 2nd century BCE. That is means 2000-year old.
My God, 2000.
Have been examined by the team here. These pieces were smuggled into the US by misdeclaring them, and extensive efforts were made with the law enforcement authorities here in the US, as well as with the various judicial authorities in the US to get them back, to have them repatriated. And once they're back, the ASI team is examining them prior to their eventual repatriation to India.
So here we have a stone image of Lingodbhav Murti. This is Lingodbhav Murti. So as you know, there is a Puranic story where there was a battle between, the question of supremacy between Brahma and Vishnu. So they went to Shiva to find out who is superior and who is inferior. Then they said, he asked Brahma to find his feet, and he asked Vishnu to find his head. Then he took a huge form of a flame. So he was emerging out of a linga. So when there is a lot of other sub stories out there that Brahma, this is actually took a form of this one, and he started going inside this one. And he took a form of a swan and is and they are unable to find the.
This is from which century?
This is most probably belonging to 11th century.
From where?
This is from Tamil Nadu. This belongs to Chola period image, because it is a set pattern in the South Indian temples to have the image of Lingodbhav Murti on the western side of the Garbhagriha, that's main shrine.
So we should be able to locate where this came from, because it must be missing from one of the main temples, no?
Possible.
We had to check the records.
Records.
Definitely.
Wherever the stolen
It would be
things.
great if it can go back to its place.
It is quite likely. It is possible. Otherwise, probably they might have been taken it from a dilapidated temple. But this is of an 11th century, late 11th century.
Priceless. Well, they have given some value also.
They have indicated a value which is
$200,000.
Yeah. It's
Priceless.
runs into crores.
Sir, I would like to inform you that we are making one museum in Purana Kila in Delhi. Definitely we will put this object there.
Great. Yeah, because one of the concerns with some of the particularly this piece and the other one which we will see from the museum was that here a lot of people were seeing it, and if it goes to India, it should not be put in a vault or a storehouse. It should be displayed. I think that's what all of us want.
This is the figure of Yakshi, most probably from Chandraketugarh of West Bengal, of Indian origin.
How many hundred years old?
This is 2nd century BCE. That is means 2000-year old.
My God, 2000. It has been picked up from the
Site.
site.
Because still there are some of the objects are on surface collection. They are picking up this type of objects. Still, most of the antiquities are there. So they have picked up from that site.
Is it valuable?
Definitely.
This is an
Double bull figure.
it's a humped pair of bull from the Harappan context, most probably coming from an Indian subcontinent. There are more than thousands of Indian sites are there in the Indian subcontinent. This is from one of these sites, and exactly we will not be able to find out from which side it is. But this is of Harappan context and must be of
Indus Valley.
Indus Valley
Maybe from Kalibanga, maybe from Lothal.
Lothal, we can't say. We can't say. The thousands of sites.
are there, and from each side we get thousands of objects like this. Probably again they might have picked up from one of these sites from the surface.
And how old is this?
This is about 4,500 years old.
4,500 years old.
We have got one more object of the same period, but this is probably a cattle handmade, and this is also from the same context. Harappan. But we get thousands of such objects from the excavations.
Are there any other Harappan pieces here?
No.
No.
We don't have. We have got one more object of this may be of some interest. This is an object, the head of a person, probably of Gupta period.
Gupta
period.
Okay.
Historical.
Amongst all the pieces that we have seen, which is the most valuable in terms of antiquity?
object.
No, in
definition
terms of art, in terms of its characteristics, in terms of the artwork, workmanship. Is there any particular piece you would like to mention?
If you take rarity as an parameter to think, then what we have seen in the let's say that stone image of Manjushri and the Dingodba Murti are very
Okay,
very
which we
rare.
got recently back
Yeah,
from.
there are very few pieces. This is a very exquisite piece of Manjushri belonging to Pala period. That is about 11th 12th century AD. And probably from the eastern Bihar or adjoining areas of Bengal.
There is some inscription.
It's also inscribed here. Once it is deciphered, probably it has been already deciphered by the museum authorities. It will give you the details about the king's name and the donor and when it was donated.
Along with date also.
Along with date also.
So what is the characteristic and speciality of this?
This Pala period, we have very exquisite images were made.
What stone is this?
This is an assist.
This is very soft.
Very soft,
Soft
stone.
stone.
So it is it lead to a very brilliant carvings.
Due to material, they have made this carvings, minute carvings.
And could you tell us about something what is being depicted here in this?
So this is such a statue of Manjushri, a Buddhist deity, because Buddhism was slowly lingering in that period.